Hello guys, welcome back to another video on FPL Bros. I'm FPL Rich and I'm here with MIGS, and today we're going to go over our Game Week 26 transfer plans and our team selection as well. But before that, we're going to go over our Game Week 26 review and how we performed. Okay, so first let's go over our review and how we performed for Game Week 26. I myself landed on 65 points for this game week, a massive red arrow pretty much. I went against the grain and I went with McKenna as my assistant manager over the popular pick of Glasner from Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace's manager did get 20 points. McKenna only scored once, one against Spurs. It was a 4-1 defeat for Ipswich. A very tough result, but I thought they played good for the portion of that game, but it did kind of slip away at the end. Moving on to the rest of the team, I still don't have popular picks like Mbeumo. I went with Inaweri, which Arsenal also a bit fortunate on them. They got a red card. Wolves also, or Bournemouth also got a red card. So two teams got a red card. So pretty much the only manager that was available for the only two managers, Southampton and Ipswich, that were available for those extra bonus points didn't score points, but the other two, West Ham and Wolves, also scored those bonus points. But yeah, looking at my rest of the team, a bunch of ones, a bunch of twos. Pretty much everyone didn't really output for this game except for Salah, Konate, Wood, and Isaac with his 2 goals, I believe, putting in on 13 points. But it doesn't really matter. Most of these players are highly owned, so a lot of these points don't really count. But yeah, this is my current rank. Let's move on to Miggs's team.
Yeah, so now going on to my Game Week 26 review. I did do 77 points. I got a green arrow. Wish it could have been a little bit more, but we're still in the 2 millions. Just some players to note out here. Arnold did get a clean sheet in that win against Man City, so 6 points there. And then Mohamed Salah with 2 goals, or 1 goal and an assist, and some bonus points, so captaincy on him, pretty much matching Mbeumo. I did bring in Mbeumo this week, so I did start off strong that first fixture with Mbeumo and Wisa. I believe I had 22 points there, and I was looking at a pretty good rank change, but some of these other players that I ended up choosing, as you could see, Iwobi, Palmer, Semenyo, Kirkitz, just unfortunate. I was kind of these are kind of differential. So as you could see, I did end up benching Chris Wood with 5 points on my bench, but I was hoping that these players would show up. I know Semenyo, he wasn't. They were playing down a man. Fulham, I didn't really like how they played that game. Iwobi didn't really show much, so I'm probably not gonna play him this week. But the player that I was really mad at was Cole Palmer. He did have a clear chance for a goal, but I'm just seeing a lack of confidence, and he wasn't able to convert, so he only got 2 points as well. But yeah, this is my game week 26 review. Now let's go on to our transfer plans.
Okay, so now moving on to our transfer plans. I am on 2.6 or 2.7. I had one free transfer. I already did the free transfer right away, pretty much for just to kind of make sure that no price drops or price rises happen. But I did get rid of Gordon, and I got in Bowen from West Ham. Bowen has just come back from an injury, and he in his last two kind of fixtures, he has performed pretty well up against Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal had a red card, so but Bowen was the main man, and he scored the goal. Moving forward, he does have West Ham do have some of the best fixtures, the next best 5 fixtures. Starting with Leicester at home, I do believe Bowen is probably the best option. I know a lot of people have Mbeumo, but I think it's a little bit too late to go for Mbeumo. Brentford, moving forward, don't have the best fixtures. So if I were to pick someone around this range, I think Bowen is probably the best pick to go with. So that's why I went with Bowen. Also, he's also a bit more of a bit He's also a bit more of a differential, so that's why I went with him as well. But moving forward, some things I also want to address. Probably going to take another -4. Get rid of McKenna. He does have United away, a bit of a tougher fixture, in my opinion, than the Spurs game that they had at home. So I'm probably going to take another big risk here and go with my Postecoglou as my assistant manager. Spurs always seem to perform very good against Spurs or against City. And their last fixture, they managed to beat them, I believe, 4-0, and that was away. Now they're facing them at home for this fixture. City have just lost to Liverpool, and they've also lost their last couple matches, even in the Champions League. So City are on a pretty kind of losing streak. So up against Postecoglou, hopefully Spurs can finally get something. I think at least they can get a tie. And if they do win, or if Spurs does win, it's going to be massive bonus points as well. So this is my two transfers for this game week. I am keeping Cody Gakpo. I know he does have a blank game week in game week 29, but his next two fixtures are really good. I do believe his first fixture up against Newcastle, Spurs, or Liverpool always do good against Newcastle as well. It's one of those fixtures where Spurs do good against City, Liverpool do good against Newcastle. So that's why I'm keeping Cody Gakpo. And then his next fixture, I do believe, is Southampton. I'm not too sure. I don't really remember, but the next two fixtures are pretty good. Then I can get rid of him for that blank game week and game week 29. But I'm going to keep him for those 2 game weeks. And another major flaw I have is kind of my midfield, Rogers and Nweri. Rogers is kind of flagged here with a kind of a bit of an injury. Hopefully he does play against Crystal Palace. Or Nweri does play against Forest. Both of these players are kind of iffy. So it kind of goes down to the news. But we're recording this on this Sunday, so there's not much news yet. So let's move on to my team selection. So moving on to my team selection, I'm going to be lining up with a 3-4-3. I do have 2.1 in the bank if I do that assistant manager move. So I do have Pickford in goal up against Brentford. Of course, Fabianski has a better fixture, but Fabianski is not the main goalkeeper for West Ham at the moment. So moving forward, I do have a back three of Gabriel, Konate, and Colwell. I am going to be benching Castagna for this game week. Ever since I transferred in Castagna, Fulham have just not really been keeping any clean sheets. Kind of a bit of a bad transfer. Kind of want to get rid of Castagna now. Probably for a Robinson, a bit more of an attacking player. But moving forward, I do have a front midfield four of Nwari, Bowen, Palmer, and Salah. A lot of people debating of getting rid of Palmer for that Holland transfer. Of course, Holland didn't play against Liverpool this game week, but moving forward, City do have good fixtures. For me, Palmer, I'm definitely going to keep him, especially for these kind of next two fixtures, especially against Southampton at home. You can't really transfer him out for these fixtures. But moving forward, I'm looking at getting rid of Palmer for probably a Holland as well. Moving forward, I do have a front three of Cody Gakpo, Isaac, and Wood. And yeah, I mean, my captaincy is on Salah. I think Salah is just too good to not have him as a captaincy. And yeah, this is my Game Week 27 team selection.
Now going on to my Game Week 27 transfer plan. I do like my team. I kind of seeing it a little bit questionable these maybe next 3 fixtures. So for this week, I'm gonna hold my transfer unless I do really see that I need to make a transfer. But I think I'm gonna hold it for this week. I'm gonna roll it. Going on to my team selection, I do have a 3-4-3, and I do have 1.5 million in the bank. In goal, we're gonna do Matt Sells against Arsenal. We have a backline 3 of Arnold, Robinson, and Aina. We have midfield 4 of Palmer, Semenyo, Salah, and Buemo, and 3 strikers with Isaac, Wiza, and Wood. Just some players to note out here. I depending on how Palmer did against that Aston Villa game, I do have my captaincy on Salah, but if you're feeling a little bit risky, you could maybe go with that Palmer captaincy, but it's kind of a risk considering I'm not seeing Palmer playing all that well. Just a little bit lack of confidence, I would say, but definitely if you're feeling, you could captain there. We also have some tough fixtures with Chris Wood. He's going to be going up against Arsenal at home, but he has been playing very well, so I'm hoping he'll be able to perform. And then also Isaac, a little tougher fixture against Liverpool away. We do have in the bench, we have Iwobi and Kirkis. The reason, I mean, it could, considering it could be maybe a good fixture for Iwobi, but just coming off of what he hasn't done these last game weeks, I'm gonna put him on the bench. Kirkis as well has a tough fixture away against Brighton, who I would say is a very decent attacking end. But I mean, I would say my defenders, we got Aina against Arsenal at home. I know they're a good defensive team, so hoping he'll be able to get like a good attacking return there. Robinson, hoping he'll get an attacking return. But this is my transfer plan for next week. I'm, like I said, I'm just kind of seeing what everyone else is going to be doing, and just trying to see if I'm gonna wild card on game week 29 or what the move is. I know there's also gonna be international break coming up soon as well, so there's gonna be a week in which everything's gonna be paused. So it's also something to take into consideration. But definitely, this is my team. I like my team as of right now. But a little uncertain on where I want to go in the future, these next couple game weeks.
And that is all that we have for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys all next week for our Game Week 28 team selection.